It's the #1 show in the streets. Hood Rich Radio with DJ Scream.
It's Hood Rich Radio. It's DJ Scream. It's time for the Superstar Check-In, and representing the building today, man, Grammy Award-winning artist Lecrae is at Hood Rich Radio. What's up, man? How
What's
you feeling?
going on, man? I'm glad to be here, man.
Welcome to Hood Rich Radio, brother.
About time. You know what I mean?
Wonderful, amazingly great, positive things, and it's a pleasure to have you here. I want to say welcome to the ATL, but I didn't even know you stay here now.
Yeah, I've been here, man. So I've been on the low, independent, grinding, just making it happen, making it do what it does. Yeah.
How is that? Let's start with that. Like, how was tell some of the artists and the people out there the grind of being an independent artist?
Man, it's you gotta love it. You gotta wake up. You gotta love it. You gotta want to hustle. You gotta have an ambition. You gotta drive. You gotta be willing to hear no a whole lot of times.
Right.
And you got to be direct to consumer, you know what I mean? Deal with the people who supporting you, because that's the ones that, is keeping you afloat. But it's been all good for me. I didn't know what I was doing when I started, so, it was all fun. It was all one big adventure.
People like you and Chance the Rapper are inspiring artists, man, because it's kind of like, no shade to the labels. Record labels are record labels, but it's kind of like, there's a lot of independent artists doing their thing if they got the right people around them.
Right.
Sending the right vision.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Are the labels still knocking on your door, though?
I mean, yeah, we ended up doing a just like not a real joint venture or anything like that, but just saying, all right, let's team up with some competent people, from a label who has done stuff in the past with great artists, and just for some of the areas that we just didn't want to. Stuff we was like, man, that's not even something in our wheelhouse, but we're gonna take care of the stuff that we know how to take care of. And so we just did that just for my new project with Columbia, and it's been good so far, man. So yeah.
Cool. So how would you label it? Let's properly label it. Everybody tries to call it gospel rap or
How do you label it?
How does Lecrae label it?
See, I think at the end of the day, it's hip hop, it's rap music, you know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, I mean, Chance made a gospel album. If we're talking about the sonically,
right.
But I mean, I don't think you would call it that. I think the issue people have is when I first came around, they didn't know what to do with me. You know what I mean? It was like, man, this dude is, he got righteous mixed with the ratchet. We don't know what to do with this, and so folks just really didn't know how to categorize. I've never called myself any of those names. I just try to do the music.
Make positive music.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and But I mean, I'm not mad at anybody who wants to put. People need categories and labels to help them. It's like, Beyonce. To me, she's a pop artist. She's as big as it comes. But
most popular.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But they gonna call her R&B because it's just what it's what it is. But whatever it is, man. You know what I mean. I'm just trying to make good music.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the transition, man. Reading into your past and everything. We know that when you're younger, you had some things you had to overcome and everything.
Yeah.
You grew up in the Bay Area, right?
I lived in Cali for a minute, but I came out of Texas. So originally Houston. Yep.
What was that point in that moment where you were like, I don't want to go down this path?
So I had a young homie, and he was in a juvenile detention center in the system for a while, but his brother was a college student, and I asked him, I said, the dude who was locked up, I said, man, why are you in the situation you in? Like the way your life is. He said, man, because my daddy was like this. This is my dad. My dad was always on drugs, always in and out of prison. Right. So then I asked his brother, I said, man, why are you a college graduate? You doing what you're doing and everything else. He said, because my daddy was always in and out of jail, and I wanted to do something different. And so, man, I just had to look at my environment and my surroundings and say, do I want to repeat the stuff that I'm seeing, or do I want to be something different than everything that's going on around me? And for me, I just got tired of busting my head, got tired of being in low places and making bad decisions, and, police bring you home. It wasn't productive. And I'm grateful. I had a good grandmother, good mother who just was praying for me and just like, man, trying to stay on my head. And I just had a eye-opening transformation, at like 19, and that just got the wheels turning, and I said, man, I'm not going back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna do something different with my life, and that was it, man.
Let's talk about this, man. I'm a pretty positive person. I put positive quotes out, and I try to motivate people to come together. And we know it's not a perfect world and things.
Right.
But let's just talk about the reality that even if you're a positive person and you're spreading positivity,
Yeah.
You still go through things.
Oh,
You
yeah.
still have temptations. All of that still happens. Like,
Right.
How do you deal with all that as Lecrae?
For me, it's realizing too, realizing I'm not my failures. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times you look at yourself and you say, man, I messed up, I failed. Or you say, I am a failure, and that's not true. You know, those are mistakes. You know, I like I say in my song, you know, I count every loss as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson. You learn from it and you move forward. So I don't try to be perfect. I don't try to live my life like, oh, I have it all together. Right. I try to walk in the direction of being perfected. I try to like stay humble, stay learning, and stay growing. And I keep a lot of people around me who gonna keep me out of the nonsense that I probably shouldn't get myself into. Right. And so, you know, you hang out, you are what you eat. You are who you hang out with. You know what I mean? And that's really what's worked for me.
Have you ever battle rap?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's how I started. That's how I started.
That's how you started?
Yeah, that's how I started. You know what I mean? I started battle rapping. I mean, it's a sport. End of the day, it's like getting on the court. It's like, you know, you could be positive, you could be spiritual. I love you. You my brother.
Like, I'm gonna strange you to pieces, but God bless you.
Yeah, I love you though. It's like it's a sport. So it's like, you know, it ain't like I hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's for the sport. It's for the sport of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dudes who, you know, share my perspective, and they out there, man. They killing it. Shout out to the Saga. He's a dope battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I started, man. You know what I mean? You just, hey, it's all love. It's sport. Shake hands afterwards, and go on about your life.
Negativity in hip hop. You see a lot of it. Obviously, in social media, you see a lot of division.
Yeah.
People going back and forth at each other, and it always kind of startles me. You know, grown men will have problems with each other. That's just happen, right? But it's kind of like you're in the hood, you're trying to get out the hood, do better for your family, your mother, and everybody, and then you finally do better. But it's almost like you're going backwards, like you're trying to mess it up for the whole culture. What's some of your thoughts on that when you see people on social media riffing and beefing and going at each other and kind of just putting that negativity out there?
I think, man, you know, it's part of maturity. It's part of us just learning to grow up, stop being crabs in a barrel, learn how to support each other, learn how to, you know, that's just be a real community, because that's how you win, is you stand on each other's shoulders and not tear each other down all the time. And as it pertains to haters and people just always who got something negative to say, you know, I just said this a little while ago. I said, man, it's better to create something that other people criticize than to create nothing and criticize others. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody always gonna have something to say. That means you're doing something right. If somebody got something negative to say about what you got going on, that's okay. Keep doing your thing, because they spending all their energy talking about what you're doing, not doing something. And so I'm like, man, that's just gonna be the reality. But just keep it positive, keep it pushing, and don't even give them the time of day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So let's just say you going through the airport and you run into certain artists. Like, what would the conversation be like? Could Lecrae do a record? And we're just gonna call them street artists. I'm not saying all negative. Could Lecrae do a record with Yo Gotti or 21 Savage,
right,
Gucci Man, or these type of people? Like, could a collaboration happen?
I think so, because, and the reason why I say that is because they all will make real records. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they may make records kind of like glorifying some negative issues, but sometimes they making real records about real life. True. And people want to hear those songs. You know, like when Gotti did Everybody, you know, that was a real record. Like, everybody want to do this, everybody want to do that. It's like, we could have did that record. You know what I'm saying? People got kids. We could talk about how to raise kids and do better. We could talk about, you know, it's just so many issues and so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all about the way you take it and the direction you move it in. But yeah, obviously, I'm not gonna be on a song where we talking about extendos and Draco's coming out. But you know, I looked at, you know, the best example for me growing up was Andre 3000, because he would always jump on these songs, but he would just put his spin on it.
Balance, like, especially just Outkast, like Big Boy would kind of come kick one vibe and then Andre would kick another. Yep.
So that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, man, he just put his spin on it and do it in a unique way that he wants to do it, and I thought that was hard. Yeah.
Talk to us about Blessings. The record with Ty Dolla $ign is out.
How's
it come about?
Man, A+ from Eardrummers. Shout out to Eardrummers. We just, you know, was in the studio vibing, and I made a few records with him, and then that one was feeling really good. And I sent, you know, I've been a fan of Ty since, you know, way back. We met at like South by Southwest in like 2011, something like that. So I sent Ty a couple records. He liked some of them. But we all felt like Blessings was the right one, and man, he jumped on it, and man, the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? So we caught a vibe. I mean, you know, I think what people don't realize or understand is that, like, you know, we all just regular people at the end of the day, and everybody got different perspectives. So I was like, yo, Ty know what I'm on.
Right.
So, you know, people's like, oh, what's this gonna sound like? It's like, man, he not gonna say nothing that's out of pocket on a record for Lecrae. Just like they don't expect me to say something, you know, if I'm doing a record on they stuff, they don't expect me to be anything, you know, weird. So, man, it just came out good, man. Just like the song is about be grateful for the little things that you got. You know what I'm saying? If you woke up with breath in your lungs, be grateful you got breath to complain with before you complain. You know what I mean? Count it a blessing.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's from a forthcoming project.
Yeah.
You can expect when?
The album's we ain't got a title just yet, but it's coming out early summer, and so, man, it's feeling really good. Been in the studio.
In there with Zaytoven.
Yeah. In there with Zay. I've been in there with a lot of people, man. Atlanta's finest, man. Killer Mike, Sahai, man, Metro. Like I said, eardrummers. So it's like, man, we've been in there working. It's been good. Yeah.
Final words to somebody out there, man, a young kid that's trying to make it in this industry, might not be motivated, man. Give them some words of inspiration.
I would just say, man, just one thing I learned about success. Success, you know, stop comparing yourself to everybody else, because that ain't gonna make you. Success is not what you do compared to them. It's what you do compared to what you was made to do. Right. So you got to compete against yourself and push yourself to the limits that you need to run toward, because, you know, that's, you know, what was you made to do? Go do that. And don't let anybody dissuade you. Don't let anybody say you can't do it, man. Just keep pushing, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Lecrae, I salute you for coming through.
Oh, it's all love, man. We appreciate you.
Make sure y'all check out that Blessings. You got a project coming too. Hood Rich Radio Superstar. Check in DJ Scream. Lecrae. Yep.
It's Hood Rich Radio. You better not change the station.